God willing, if this is successful, we'll get to do sequels, and I want to be able to stay in that same shape and keep getting bigger because I want to be on the cover of Men's Fitness and people go, oh, that guy could take on The Rock.
For Complex News, I'm Hanuman Welch. Now that the dust has settled from the just-wrapped New York City Comic-Con, we thought now would be as good a time as ever to take a hard look at the state of DC's interconnected cinematic universe and ask the very hard question, is the DCEU doomed? Let's start off with news from early last month that one of DC's main attractions has lost one of its most bankable actors. Reports that Henry Cavill is done playing Superman surfaced in mid-September, and since then, the speculation about possibly recasting Superman since The Hollywood Reporter broke that story last month. Is Warner Brothers going to recast the character, kill off the role, or, more than likely, introduce another Kryptonian to carry the Justice League into whatever next incarnation the team takes? Namely, a Supergirl standalone film that could introduce the character. The studio had been in talks with Cavill about a Superman appearance in the upcoming Shazam film when negotiations broke down, a development that has reportedly caused the door on other Superman appearances to close. Conflicting reports on Cavill's departure from the DC Universe places blame for the Shazam negotiation difficulties on either scheduling overlaps or the new Supergirl focus, though neither has been confirmed. And let's get right into that purported Supergirl movie. Kara Zor-El is making the leap from the CW to the big screen, courtesy of Cloverfield Paradox writer Orion Uziel. Beyond that, the details are incredibly lean, and initial reports about the film suggest that no producers are even currently attached. And if we're talking about shaking up key players across the Justice League roster, let's get right into the ever-evolving show that is Batman. The standalone Batman movie was first going to be directed and written by Bruce Wayne himself, Ben Affleck. He bowed out of directing in 2017 to be replaced by Matt Reeves, and then his script was tossed out altogether a few months later. All of that took place before the on-again, off-again rumors that Affleck is either definitely playing Batman in the movie or 100% not playing Batman. But the big questions about who's playing Batman, will that Batman still be getting a standalone joint or even join the Justice League in some form of a sequel, all have varying degrees of ambiguous answers attached to them that seem that facts alone are enough to shake the DCU's foundations. Which brings us to the next obvious through line, since you can't have Batman without the Joker. Todd Phillips is directing the standalone completely separate from the DCEU Joker film starring Joaquin Phoenix, which at least looks compelling in the wake of Jared Leto's turn as the Clown Prince of Crime. Everything we've seen of the Joker thus far from Phillips has got us paying closer and closer attention, especially considering that's being produced by Martin Scorsese and co-starring Robert De Niro and Zazie Beetz. But the fact that this Joker is being set aside in his own side-piece sandbox universe doesn't bode well for the larger interconnected DCEU. And here's the truly bonkers bit. Warner Brothers has decided that it wants to go all in on the Joker. We've got Joaquin's Joker running around, Jared Leto's version of the character is reportedly getting his own film, and then there's the Harley Quinn versus the Joker, an offering from Leto and Margot Robbie's versions of the characters alongside Suicide Squad 2, the sequel to the not-that-great villain team-up joint that will have a rumored stronger focus on the Joker than the first one did. Suicide Squad 2 has already bailed on bringing back the first film's director David Ayer, settling on Gavin O'Connor while flirting with the idea of attaching Mel Gibson along the way. It is a show when it comes to Batman and the Joker, and it doesn't invoke confidence in the stability of the DCEU's future. And then that brings us to the other members of the Justice League. Cyborg was meant to get his own solo film after being introduced in the Justice League, but not a whisper has come from Warner Brothers since. DC is bringing the character to its streaming service as a supporting character in Doom Patrol, played by a completely different actor, but as far as the Ray Fisher PS3 graphics version of Cyborg, there is not much on the horizon. The Flash standalone movie starring Ezra Miller was supposed to drop this year, but has been retitled, lost directors, and undergone massive rewrites. The new titled Flashpoint currently has no release date. Batgirl has gone from definitely happening to maybe happening at some point after the 2020 elections. Joss Whedon was initially attached to write and direct the film, but he quit earlier this year, citing that he was unable to come up with a good story for the character, and it's been radio silence ever since. Wonder Woman is fine, made a ton of money, easily DC's biggest hit at the box office to date, and the sequel is set to drop next year. Gal Gadot could play the character as part of its own standalone franchise, completely separate from the DCU, and never miss a beat. Shazam, currently set to release April 5th, 2019, and everything we've seen of it looks promising, but we'll have to actually see it before we know how it's woven into the rest of the DCEU the character will become. DC's Shazam villain Black Adam, set to be played by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, is supposedly happening, but there's nothing concrete for that either.
One of your, well, he will tie in, he's one of the characters is Black Adam, he's played by The Rock.
Yes,
now,
but not in this film.
Not in this film.
Yeah.
But now, how do you think that's gonna play out, because this will be like The Rock's like really intro into like, I guess the superhero world, like officially, like with a title, a cape or so.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
are you looking forward to like working with?
Oh my God, absolutely, man. I mean, it's like The Rock's the biggest action star in the world, so I think it could be really awesome to be able to, you know, collaborate and be on screen together and honestly duke it out on screen, because, you know, he plays the yin to my yang. So it would be pretty dope to have a big battle one day between Shazam and Black Adam.
That'd be dope.
And finally, that brings us to the most recent reveal of DC's next tentpole entry, Aquaman. The latest 5-minute plus trailer dropped last week, and I'll be honest, it kind of looks all right, except for all of the underwater CGI that looks like it was lifted from Star Wars The Phantom Menace. But at least we have a release date and something tangible we can sink our eyes into before 2019. So, taking everything we've just covered into account, do you think the DCEU looks to be in fighting trim? Let us know, because I'm sure by the time you finish watching this, there's going to be another 3 Joker movies in development. Who knows? That's all for now. For everything else, subscribe to Complex on YouTube. For Complex News, I'm Hanuman Welch.